Welcome to the 2017-18 Youth Dove Hunt. Today's a special day for us. We here at Mobile County Public Schools, we've got the opportunity today to bring our ROTC students out here. We've got about 10 ROTC students. Colonel Barrows couldn't make it here today, unfortunate for him, but we've also got 5 Rivers Fish and Game, State Game Lands representative, as a partnership also with the NWTF. Don't want to forget about these guys, the National Wildlife Turkey Federation. We all came together today to sponsor our first dove youth hunt today. And just to get in about what we're doing, we're really just out here to expose the children of the woods, the fulfillment you can get out of hunting. Even though hunting, you've got to realize, is a very I don't want to say dangerous, but always could be a dangerous situation anytime you're handling a firearm, as we know. So part of our goal here today is to teach firearms safety, hunter's education classes, and then we'll actually go into some gun safety, some skeet shooting, to give the children the opportunity to learn how to properly operate a shotgun, a weapon today. So it's all part of a program of teaching them outdoorsmanship in hunting. But we're always going to start first with the safety classes and gun safety. So we're just excited to be here today. It's really awesome time. But at the end of the program, the big goal today is we have about a 40-acre dove field out here today. Thank you to Spivey Farms, who's also one of our sponsors, who's donated the property, the dove field. We couldn't do it without him. Also, our one of our great sponsors is USA Block, Mobile company, who has provided all the food and drinks and all the goodies for the children today to eat. We've been out here cooking all morning. We're fixing to feed them lunch, dive into some classes, and then into the woods. We're going to go for a great evening of dove hunting. I want you to stick around and see the rest of the program. Thank you.
Beach with Block USA. We're a proud sponsor of this year's dove hunt in Mobile County Public Schools, and we hope the kids enjoy it.
I'm a logistics and plans and operations officer with the Mobile County Emergency Management Agency. We work closely with the school system when we do our sheltering as part of the emergency management part of it. We're out here today with my grandson Carson to do some hunter safety and hunt some birds and just be out in the outdoors and enjoy it. But mainly just teaching the kids how to be safe in the woods and safe when they're hunting.
I'm with Wildlife Freshwater Fisheries, and we're here out with the Mobile County School Board and the NWTF to do a youth dove hunt. We're going to out here cooking hamburgers and hot dogs. They're going to show these kids how to be safe in the woods on a dove hunt and shoot some sporting clays.
I believe I'm going to enjoy this. It's a great, I think it's going to be a good experience out here learning stuff from people who know what they're doing. And they're going to give us opportunity to hunt if we've never hunted before, and try to give us safety tips and show us a safe way to hunt.
We'll be learning how to shoot a firearm, and we'll be learning the safeties of firearms while using a firearm and to protect others and myself while shooting a firearm. And we will also be shooting for birds today, shooting firearms, but we will also be learning the safeties while doing that.
It was a really good experience. I mean, it's a lot like a adrenaline kind of thing, but I just kept wanting to shoot it because if I can't shoot it, then how am I going to shoot a dove, you know what I mean? And so it was just really fun. I just really wanted to learn it, to learn the experience and how to do all of it.
What I expect to get out of here is how to properly use a gun and all the gun safety. And I just want to thank Mobile County Public Schools for allowing us to come out here and allowing the people to help us properly use a gun and to learn the safety of it.
Does your car break down? Car breaks down, right? All right. Same thing with safety. It's man-made. You're not going to trust the safety. All right. Just because you think it's on, it's still a mechanical device that can fail. All right. So always have that gun pointed in a safe direction. Now, guys, when you're on dove hunting out here today, you're going to have a little adrenaline rush. You're going to forget where you are. Remember where you are and where that gun is pointed. All right. When you get out there and there's no birds flying, one thing, if I see this right here or this, I'll ask y'all to leave. All right? We'll have to take y'all back. All right? This is a serious thing. All right? That's super important. And it's one thing we stress during dove season is to carry your own shells. Mentors, don't carry their shells if you're shooting 2 different guns. Because guess what happens? When the birds are flying and everything, and you have a 12 gauge and you have a bunch of 20 gauges in you, in your pouch, you'll slap a 20 gauge in there, boom, nothing happened. All right? I guess I just forgot to load it in the heat of the moment. Loads another one on there. Then this is what happens. All right? This is what happens. This shell dropped down in there. All right?
You can show them on this one if you want. 20 into 12. That's a 12.
What happens is he'll load that in there. Boom. Closing everything. Alright? Hear it rattling in there? Even if you try to inject that shit, it's not going to come out. Alright? So it just looks like an empty gun. Alright? So that's super important. Okay. So this is what happens to it. So you make a pipe bomb pretty much. And guess what this is right in front of your face? So really be cautious of carrying your own shells. Whatever shells we give you, you hold on to. All right?
Pull.
Good shot.
Pull. There you go.
Pull.
Good shot. That a way to bust it. Boom. Oh! Good job. All right, Isaac, you ready to start shooting some birds? All right, here's the 20 gauge. This is one that we used earlier when we were shooting skeet. So if you remember how to load it, what we'll do is we'll drop our first one in here. And you just drop it in anywhere, push this release button. All right, you've got one in the barrel. So at this point, we want to make sure our safety's on safe, and it is because we don't see red. If it was on fire, we'd see red on one side. See the red right there? So that tells us, okay? Now you can put 2 more in the magazine. With dove, all you can shoot's 3, so you gotta have a plugged gun with it. So deer hunting or some other duck hunting and any migratory birds, you have to shoot with a plugged gun. So we're ready to shoot. So what we're doing now is we're just watching the horizon, trying to see if we can see some birds. Like there's 4 or 5 birds coming over them pecan trees. Those are martins because you can see how they're darting and diving and all that. Usually dove, unless there's big groups of lots of birds coming into a field, there'll be 1 or 2 come in at a time. They'll try to come through gaps and stuff in fields and all that. Like we got a gap behind us, we may have some birds come in over our shoulders here. If we do, we'll turn that way and start paying attention there. But this field's been planted, see there's a low bird. And that's another thing we want to be concerned with. If we can see the trees behind our shot, we don't want to shoot. We'll let him go by and come by later. But once we figure out where they're flying, we may have to move a little bit and adjust for that. See the dust coming up in the corner? That means we got a truck coming in. That's where the rest of everybody else is going on the side of the field. So you just kind of want to be aware of what's going on around you and make sure that you know where your next standards are and everything's safe and cool. So now it's just a sit and wait game. See what we can come up with. You got any questions?
What does the dove look like?
It's going to be a gray bird. When he flies, he kind of floats through the air. You'll see him a couple wing beats, and then he'll float, and he'll have a sharp pointed looking tail on most of them. So once we see a few of them, you'll be able to identify them. I'll help you with that. Make sure we don't shoot any non-targeted species. All right, just turn around coming back.